is the downfall of Honda coming? And now you're like, why would Honda be on the downfall? Because it's one of the most reliable brands and people love, love, love it. Well, when you fuse something that is really, really reliable with something that's really, really not reliable, then what do you get? A semi-reliable product? I don't know. You let me know in the comment section below. But Nissan and Honda are trying to merge together and trying to form this super company so they can compete with BYD and all these other car companies, because Nissan is failing miserably. Profits are down 99%, and they got a real crisis on their hands. And thank God I live close to a Nissan dealer so we can go check it out, because their lot is just packed. They are already offering incentives. Rogue 0%, 60 months. So they are discounting like crazy. I remember somebody said in the comments section of one of my other videos that Nissan can't sell cars below invoice because if there's two Nissan dealers in the same city, one of them can't go for volume and then jack up the prices, so they gotta keep it above sticker or above invoice. And so let's check out how many Nissans they got. This parking lot is just packed. You can hardly fit any more Nissans in. Look at that. Look at how many Frontiers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And this is the overflow lot. This is like the overflow lot that they got. And they got a bunch more over there. So if you want to buy and sell cars nowadays as a business, you got to be so frugal with your money. You can't have, how many are there? Look at that. Look at that row. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There's probably about 50 of these Frontier trucks. And then they have a whole row of Nissan, I don't know what these ones are, the Versas. So probably another 100 plus Nissan Versa just in the overflow lot. And you can now go and just pick your poison. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is like at an auction. Look at that. I'll try to zoom in for you. Oh, wrong button. Trying to zoom in for you. Look at that. Just as far as the eye can see, it's just brim packed with cars. And if you're a buyer, you're in luck, because they need to make some deals. They need to make a lot of these deals happen, because man, you got so many cars lined up that you gotta make some deals happening. And the only thing difference is probably the car color and everything else. I mean, look at that. It looks like one car. If I can show you this, I'm trying to put the gimbal a little straight. Look at that. There's just one car color. Look at that. It just looks like one car. That's just one super wide car. I mean, it is absolutely crazy. And as they're trying to merge with Honda, they can save some money. They can share platforms. They can do a whole bunch of different things to save them money, to increase profitabilities again. And one thing that I've just noticed in the United States is Nissan isn't like people. There's like, it's not American. It's like, it's not like, you know, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, GM. You know, these GM products. They like, people are like, you know, I drive that, and that has like prestige. And, you know, like Volkswagen, it's like, oh, it's a European car. And then we just have Nissan. There's like nothing really exciting about it. I owned an Xterra once, and there was just nothing really exciting about having a Nissan. I haven't been in the new ones. But whenever I rented them, there's just not a lot going on. It's just not exciting. And yeah, now they got these new redesigns. Look at that. They got these new redesigns going on of these, whatever this is. Let's see on the sticker. Oh, they're still charging markups. Look at that. Paint protection package. Look at that. Can you believe that? Can you believe that they're still charging, that they're charging people markups? They're charging people, and then they got these pathfinders, and they're charging people markups. They're saying the desert protection package, $2,000. Come on, Nissan, come on. You got cars racked up from nowhere. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, focus camera. Come on. $2,000. Really? $2,000. Why the hell would I work? Why would I drive a Nissan? I can go down the road and get something else, and there's not going to be any markups. But if you have markups and you have the lot full like that, you just got to stop doing this BS fees. People are sick and tired. That's why there's so many people now that online that I see, hey, I'll help you buy a car. I'll charge you $1,000, and if we can't get you a better deal, then we can then you can get yourself. We'll refund you the money. And so, yeah, absolutely crazy, absolutely bananas what they got going on. And here, over here, they got the more prestigious cars, the nicer trucks or whatever you want to call it. Right over here, maybe this is the used car lot. But yeah, they're still charging addendum stickers. If you are in a shopping for a car right now, there is no way you should ever pay for an addendum stickers. It's just not worth it. So how do I know about this? Because Ali had a Polestar, and I personally loved it. I think it was had cool technical, like, you know, like the tech inside. It was like, I don't even know what you call it, techie stuff was fantastic. And then I was like, you know what? We wanted to keep it, but it's like, okay, it was starting to need service. It started to need different items on the car, and you know, the dash was like, hey, you're starting to need service. You're starting to need this. And if I would have lived in Phoenix or the Bay Area or San Diego, where there's a Polestar dealership, I'd be fine. But here, there's no car dealership to service it. So you got to drive it to Phoenix. And I did that once, and there's one car charger between here and there. And if that one is used, you're done. So I said, you know what? That ain't happening. It's going to go. So what we're doing is get rid of it. And she wanted something that's more roomy. So that's what we did. We found something that is more roomy and that fits her needs a little bit better. She wanted to sit a little higher. So we looked around a little bit. And as I told you guys, I've tried to get like this Hyundai or something because they had these great incentives. But the dealership or the salespeople should have gotten a smack on the head. I said, this is what's important. I want the car with the most amount of incentives. Give me the car that you need gone the most. I don't care if it's a 2023, 2024. I need electric, and I want the one with the most incentives. I don't care about trim level. I don't care about nothing. This is what I want. I want the most amount of money off that your dealership could possibly get. And then they were like, well, what if you don't like the color? And they try to, you got to come in so you can see the color and thing, and you know, you want the interior. I told him, I don't give a two shits about the color. I don't like it. It doesn't matter. It's not mine. It's my wife's car, and she couldn't care less either. I just need the most amount of money off. And it was back and forth, and it was just a disaster. They couldn't do it. They had to get their manager, and then they're like, oh, let me talk to my manager. And then they said, oh, you got to trade in. I said, yeah, I'll trade in my Polestar. So then they said, we'll give you, I think it was like $20,000 for my Polestar. And I said, these numbers for my Polestar is the absolute worst. I can sell this one to Carvana right now for $6,700 more. Do you think I'm stupid? And so then they sent me some random number and said, with all due respect, this is what Mannheim or whatever the auction goes from. And I said, well, then let me just sell it to Carvana, right? So then I was fed up. And so then somebody said, hey, you know, you should talk to this Chevrolet, Team Chevrolet or whatever. They got some really good incentives. So it's like, ooh, I like it. I like when they hear incentives, right? That's kind of what I want. So she's like, hey, what do you want? So I said, you know what? So I contacted them over the phone. I do not want to go into the dealership just because they say you have to. I want to be in and out in 45 minutes. If it's going to cost me $200 extra or maybe $500 and I don't have to come in, that's fine. I'm willing to, my time, my free time is worth that. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to come in. Let's just do everything over the phone. So talked to this guy, back and forth a few times. He said, what's important? Bang, let me give you a call back. Let me get you one. And so we've ended up with this Blazer right here. So this is what we got. So it is an RS model because he said this one has the most amount of incentives. I said, that works. It has some of the premium features. I said, you know what? I don't care about that. Give me the one with the most amount of incentives off. So I got almost 20% off of sticker price off this one. Actually more when you calculate in everything else. And so I was like, you know what? For the amount of money I got, it wasn't even worth buying a used one because I can get a new one for this price. So this is her car. It has the red interior, the battery, it's the all-wheel drive. And I didn't even want it to all-wheel drive at the beginning. I was just like, you know what? Let me just get the cheapest car possible, right? The cheapest electric car that has the most amount of incentives. And that's what happened. And so this is what we got. So new, this car was almost the same price as used, right? So I was like, okay, makes sense. Let's do it. Super smooth transaction. And when I see all these other dealerships talking about, you know, you got to come in, you got to do this and do all these crazy things, jump through all these hoops, you ruin your customer. These are now, this car right here, I think it was like 50 something thousand dollars or whatever. And if you're gonna get like a good deal on it and you have like, and if you're like, let me phrase this, and you're gonna be treated super nicely and you're not just a number and you're like, and you're being treated nicely, you can see, hey, you know, let's, this is great. Am I a Chevrolet fan? No. But do I like the sales process there? I do. Do I like the people there? Yeah. So now I'm like, hey, maybe next time I'm gonna call the same sales guy, but they've made it super easy. And I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm thinking about getting another car because at one point I'm gonna get a gas guzzling SUV. And I was like, you know what? Let me just give me a quote for it or something else. I wanted to do probably some Ford, but now since this was such a smooth transaction and I had such a good experience, I might go back there and say, you know what? At one point, hey, give me an SUV, right? Because it's so smooth. When you make stuff easy, simple, and you make it so that it's nice and people can don't feel like they're screwed over, all of a sudden you're like, hey, this might be something that I might be there again and I might get a relationship and I might be a Chevrolet shopper. Now, I never thought I would say that, but once you make it and you treat people so nicely and you meet them where they want to be, and I tell you that as a business owner, it is so important. And this is for anybody that owns dealerships or is in sales. You gotta meet these people where they're at, especially now. If you're selling $2,000 cars and your phone rings 200 times and for the same car, you don't need to do business how your customers want to do it, because your phone's ringing 2,000 times. You can do business on your terms, right? But if you're selling $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 cars, you're in a price league now where you have customers that have lives that want to do different things, and they're probably not blowing up your phone, right? And so what do? You've got to meet them where they're at. And I keep telling you this as a business owner myself, you gotta meet them and you gotta do what's right for your customer base. And now when we're talking about the Honda and the Nissan merger, is that people that love these Hondas, they buy them because of reliability, and they go there and they say, you know what, these cars are so reliable that I go there and I'm gonna just buy it, and even if it's a little more higher price and I don't get all these incentives, it's fine with me, but at least I'm at the level of where my standards of reliability and everything else is perfectly matched, right? And now when they're gonna fuse, I'm worried that they're gonna drop the quality on all these Hondas because they're gonna start sharing platforms with Nissan, and their core customer base is gonna drop out. And once your core customer base drops out, because I know some people are true Honda lovers that just drive Hondas. What do you drive? Oh, I have driven a Honda once and I've never gone back. So it is crucial that the quality does not drop. If it's gonna drop, then they're gonna see problems arising. So this is also a huge chance for Nissan to use the Honda platform and to make it as reliable as possible and say, you know what, let's scrap some of our stuff and just use Honda parts. You guys got clearly something going on with reliability. You guys got clearly good stuff going on with designs, and people love your product. So maybe you're doing something right in the US market, and maybe we should copy your footsteps and just use your parts, and then just make a design a little bit different, and just have our exterior designs with the Honda parts, right? Be a cool idea. And what they can't do is the other way around, where they're going to say, ha, we're going to start using Nissan parts, because then all of a sudden it's going to blow apart and people are going to be really, really mad. And these long-term Honda owners are going to be really, really mad. So let me know what you're going to think, because I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. And I've never been a Honda or a Nissan type of person. I don't know. I've driven an Acura MDX once, and it was kind of cramped a little bit. But then I'm a sports car guy, so I don't know. I like what I got. And no, I actually love what I got. The sound of it is just so amazing. So haven't changed it. Probably not going to. So let me know what you guys think about this merger. And yeah, let me know your sales experience and see what's going to happen, or what you think is going to happen in the car market, because it's not looking good. So that is it. Please, I make videos like this all the time. Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one.